Sawadee Krap and welcome to another episode for the Funky Pod. It's Monday and you know what it means. The MMA Monday. I'm laughing because my cat is just interrupting the recording session. Hey Spooky, sure. Feel free to walk over my setup, my carefully crafted setup. And now she's showing me her tail, her crippled tail. I can say that because we are BFFs. Right, Spooky? Can you move away from the laptop? Yeah, that's what happens when I can't use my actually outdoor studio setup that I set up to showcase that I'm in Thailand. Like, hey, look at me, I'm recording in the sun with like banana leaves behind me and everything. Yeah, now there's like some construction work down the road and it's so noisy that I have to move inside and record inside. Also, my internet service provider is here in the building somewhere because I complained that my super high-speed mega fiber package, like apparently they talked me into getting the highest that I didn't pay attention, to be honest. I had my mind was somewhere else, and then they're like, just do this. I'm like, yeah, sure. So I signed up for the highest one. Stupid. I wouldn't need it, of course. But now the internet speed is so slow, it's ridiculous. So of course I complain. I'm like, hey, I'm paying you a shitload of money for like the super mega high super package. Fix it. And so now they're walking around the building, checking the cables, and then maybe probably also coming here in to check the router and stuff in just a bit. So I'm trying to record the thing before they burst in here. Also, never happens in other areas in Thailand, but they're 2 hours early. The appointment was between 11 and 2 p.m. Because that's when I plan to actually record those things. But then they said, no, we're already here at 8:30. So now I record early just so that they then can come in, do their thing, and then I can go off and work. Because I plan to do the work before they come, but now, of course, I have to wait and let's see. Anyways, that was like my personal life story. Let's just jump right into the MMA part of the session. And again, as always, if you're new to the session, welcome. This is not a review show and so on. I do reviews or previews for one championship once in a while, simply because I think there's not that much out there. And living here in Thailand and following martial arts and doing martial arts, I think I just probably know a little bit more than like the general public about lots of the fighters here. Since I've seen most, like if there's an event, I'm there. So I've seen most of them in action at some point. So that's why I then think that maybe when it comes to one, I do some previews, reviews, and so on. But otherwise, I don't, because man, you have Luke Campbell, you have all those people out there, right? You also have Ariel Helwani. So what I'm doing here is I'll try to see like the media presentation, but also how the fighters use the media. And today is going to be super short because what was that? I mean, yes, so okay. Again, not a fight review show, right? But I was a bit disappointed with how easy Thiago Santos took down Jamal Hill. To be honest, like I mean, it was cool that Jamal Hill bounces back up. Of course, yeah, great. But he got taken down like 247 times by a non-wrestler. Besides that, though, I mean, at least he grinded it out. So congratulations, he made it work, and he got the decision. He got the not decision. He got the stoppage. So congratulations. Ariel, it is a late stoppage. So Derek Lewis was an early stoppage. It's always hard. I mean, Santos was moving, right? Anyways, let's talk about the whole media thing. So first of all, on that same card was like the TUF finale, right? TUF stands for the Ultimate Fighter. In case you don't know, and chances are you don't know because they do a shit job promoting it and portraying it. And I actually I thought about it for a second, right? Obviously, when I prepared for the podcast. Like Luke Campbell said, it's like he's too old for that. And I'm the same age as Luke. I look much younger, obviously. But yeah, so we're the same age. And maybe that's the thing, right? Maybe that's true. Maybe it's just like we don't get it anymore. However, if you look at all the other reality shows, right? like, God, I don't want to sound old. When I was young, and when like all the shit started, like Big Brother and whatnot, right? Even my mom would watch it. So it was like a generational thing. Even my grandma talked about it. She's like, I don't want to see it, but this Big Brother stuff, or what is this with them all living in the house, and why is this on TV? And so it was, it kind of, I don't know, connected to more than just the young generation. And I don't see that happening right now with neither reality TV shows, the reality shows in general, not only on TV, of course, nor then TUF, right? As a fight fan, I don't give a crap about TUF. I don't care at all. Only thing that I took away from that is that while Juliana Pena is annoying AF and cringy, she does have a good, like the highlights that I saw, right? I mean, I saw like combined 10 minutes of highlights, but her coaching seemed to be quite decent, like the tips that she gave. But maybe, of course, they only picked the highlights, so you don't know if she was telling some random shit in between. You never know, right? But the things that they showed seems like she's got a good eye for what's happening. If only she had a good eye for her own technique. There was one takeaway, and the other thing is like they're really not good fighters. I mean, of course they would beat my ass, obviously. I mean, Usman's gonna just beat me with one hand, obviously, but I don't want to tune in to see those people that, as a fight fan, you watch like every week, right? And you're getting used to a certain style. You can see if someone has good technique, decent technique, or not. Like you see if you're not a hardcore fight fan, if you're like someone who just follows the UFC regularly, right? You see that in a fight between Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena, you see there's a difference. And you see Amanda Nunes' technique clearly better than Juliana Pena's technique, at least in striking, right? Jiu-jitsu, different thing, of course. And so now when we look at the TUF fighters, you're like, oh God, that does not look good. Especially, I don't want to say it, let Charles Sonnen say it. The women fight was just like, not great. You can also see like in Dana's speech, hey Juliana, you're the winner, congratulations. Hey, okay, move on. he was not happy with that. And the guys then, the heavyweights, the dude that lost, I mean, he had some flashy moves, which was nice. He seemed taking better technique, but also, why aren't you in shape? If this is like your one chance for everything, to make everything work, why don't you get in shape? And I mean, the winner, like Usman, I mean, Dana seemed more happy with his win simply because I think he's marketable. He's a brother of Kamaru Usman, so great, you're gonna make some money with that. But I mean, the thing is, his technique looked terrible. But the thing is, Kamaru Usman looked similar in when he was a tough contestant, right? He was not great. He was just like. And I mean, you remember he would just wrestle everybody to a decision back then. Like, his technique wasn't great. He wouldn't even try to go for let his hands go back then. He would just wrestle everybody. And that's me at 20% or 25% or something, right? So, I mean, maybe there's hope. Maybe there's potential. If you look like the Hulk and you're like a freak of nature, maybe there's something you can work with. And that's why Dana's like, yeah, this guy, we're gonna market the shit out of him. Maybe that's the case, but. Anyway, so the presentation was not great. As someone who didn't follow TUF, and then you see them in the finale, you're like, and now? So those 2-minute hype packages didn't really hype anything. That was not great. I don't know why they're still doing it, because no one really cares. So if you run the program, why not put effort in it, right? So that's annoying. They should like do more with it, or just scrap it, but just go for it. Go all in. To like give the UFC treatment. Like the pay-per-views, you have great production value. Why not do it for TUF too? And maybe change that whole children's drama thing a little bit. Okay. Then, like the stories that they had like from the old TUF houses, right? Like the challengers, and Forrest was like saying like he didn't even know that they have to fight in the TUF house. He thought like they're gonna just fight in the finale at the end. It's things like this that makes it endearing, but not like those baby fake drama stuff, like which is probably also scripted. So yeah. Okay, moving on and back to like what's happening next. So Jamal Hill is now top 6 or whatever, takes the spot of Thiago Santos. Yeah, that makes sense. He's calling now out the next guys up there. Great. He's just also a bit like he comes a bit now after this performance. He comes a bit across as a bit too arrogant, in my opinion. You can be arrogant as long as you deliver. That was not a great performance. It was fun. It was like just like Glover versus Yuri, right? It was fun, but it was not a great technical performance. So yeah, go ahead, have fun. I call out everybody, but now I don't think he's all that right now. And so I think his media usage should be a little bit less cocky. You confident, of course. Pardon me, but a little bit less cocky, less like I'm the shit. Confident is fine. I call out the guy, be like, okay, we're gonna scrap to see like who's the next in line, whatever. Yeah, that's cool. But maybe turn down on the cockiness a little bit. Other than that, I didn't really see much that I mean, T-Rex, of course, wrecked again within 2 minutes or so, 2 minutes something. Bisping asked him, what took you so long? So Terrence McKinney keeps doing what he's doing. That's awesome. I mean, he had that one slip up, but it's all good. Like, yeah, next in line, let's go. He's doing social media well. Like he's in every conversation. He's like everywhere. Ariel posts something, MMA fighting posts something, whatever. It's always you can always on Twitter you can always see T-Rex commenting, and not in a too cocky way, like just usually in a funny way. I like what he's doing. Staying in the conversation, people getting to know his name more and more. If he keeps putting up those performances and keeps up the media work and his social media work, he's doing it well. I think like T-Rex, props. I think good job there. I like it. I like it a lot. That was a very Luke Thomas thing to say. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. Actually, I like it a lot. So congratulations to T-Rex. Yeah. Other than that, fight night. Now when we look at the next pay-per-view, and I know it's not just happening just yet, but just looking at it, like in Utah, they're not even trying, are they? I mean, the promotion for it is terrible right now. BT Sports does a better promo for the event because it's their guy. It's like a British guy, Leon Edwards. Because I watched it on BT Sports because obviously I was in England while I was watching that fight. And the BT Sports trailer, like the hype trailer with Leon Edwards for the fight against Usman, was really cool. I mean, of course, they're hyping up Leon Edwards. Like, it was all about Leon Edwards, but it was really well done, like with a bit of storytelling and then like a bit of like Bruce Lee style in there and just like focusing on the martial arts and like just seeing Leon like shadow boxing, but with his like eyes shut, like a cover over his eye. And then it's just like, you have to listen to your instincts and to your feelings. And of course, if you fight the Nightmare, you have to fight with heart, and then he pumps his chest like what he does when he comes out usually on his heart. Wait, it's here, right? And then like Usman Edwards. That's how you do it. And the UFC doesn't even try to do that, which is so annoying. Like, why aren't they trying to hype the Utah card? You don't see anything. And there's the other fights on the card. They're like, I don't know, the co-main maybe. And then there's like, I'm sorry, but there's, for a pay-per-view, that's just terrible. And sometimes I wonder why they have to throw away pay-per-views. Like, you're like, yeah, and of course then the one in Abu Dhabi is stacked to the gills, of course, and the one in New York is going to be awesome as well too. But like the one in Utah, like if you don't like Utah, why do you go there? If you don't like Usman or Leon Edwards, you don't want them to get more pay-per-view points, and you rather tank your pay-per-view. What are you even doing? That's, and again, like from a media point of view, like BT Sports, great job. The UFC, ESPN, ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. ESPN is losing it anyways. Like, oh God. Like, I had some hope in between for a little bit, but I mean, now you don't see it anymore, right? On the normal ESPN programming. I mean, they have the studio now when there are events, but other than that, I mean, I saw an interview with like one of the dudes, the ESPN dudes, and he interviewed Izzy. And he clearly did not know what he was talking about. He asked like a few like checkbox questions to Izzy. Like, why will it be different when you're fighting Pereira now? You fought him twice, you lost twice. Like, the question has been answered like 1,000 times. And what's your walkout gonna be like? And then Izzy's like, I only do this for special events. I don't do that like for every fight, and I'm focused on this already. I don't need any walkout. Then the guy's like, ESPN dude is like, so how are you gonna walk out? Oh God, ESPN, get your shit together. Seriously, that is so annoying. I just kept watching because I was hoping Izzy would tear him a new one, but he didn't. Like, Izzy was too composed. Good for Izzy, but that was terrible. Yeah, I'm just okay. Before I get even more mad, we stop it here. My MMA rant for today, because again, like, my internet service provider is gonna have to be here any second. After they fixed everything and they hopefully get me my super mega internet package running, I'll go into details again, and I'm gonna. Of course, then also do a one breakdown in more detail so that you get to know all the one fighters a little bit better and know what you have to look out for if you're going to watch one, because there's a big event coming up soon as well. More on this then in the next MMA episode here for the Funk Report. Until then, as always, stay safe, take care, subscribe to the thing, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. It's still kind of funny that you say ring the bell for YouTube and you ring the bell for rounds in combat sports. Rate the thing if you would want to. That would be nice so more people can find it. Until then, always keep your guard up. Stay safe, take care. Talk to you soon. Sawadee Cup.